All right, everybody, welcome back. Good afternoon. We've got some more quarterbacks to take a look at here today. And the earlier video went through the guys who are currently ranked in the top 100 on the aggregate. So now we are into day 3. That's how quick things happen sometimes in this draft, man. You blink and suddenly you're looking at guys that are probably going to be day 3 picks. But still kind of interesting down here. We're kind of in that 4th round range with these quarterbacks. We got 3 guys here, and then we're going to do 4 more later. And that'll wrap up our look at quarterback. That simple, that easy, that quick. So we're going to open up with Drew Allar. Really interesting player here. Penn State, 22 years old, a lot of experience in college. A lot of contradictory stuff going on here, though. This one is hard to get a read on. So let's get into it. This video is sponsored by Prize Picks. More on them later. He's got the size. He's 6'5". He's 230 pounds about. So he is that archetype, the Peyton Manning, the Tom Brady, the Andrew Luck. He's got the physical build. He's got long arms. He's got pretty big hands as well. So physically, he is a specimen. Some of the big boards have him in the 3rd. One has him in the 5th, but aggregate and most big boards I've seen have him in the 4th. Coming off a bad year where he missed a lot of time. He only threw for 1,100 yards because of all the games he missed. 8 touchdowns. Ran for almost 200 yards. But the previous year is the year you really want to look at here if you're trying to feel good about him. 3,300 yards, 24 touchdowns. 300 rushing yards, so there's actually some real production here. So Drew Allar, he looks the part. That is one of the main things that'll get your attention. He looks like a franchise quarterback, size and frame. He's got a big arm. He can make throws down the field. He can throw it with velocity. There is no throw in the playbook that he cannot make. He can throw with anticipation as well. He's shown the ability to do that. He was a 3-year starter at Penn State, ton of college experience, should be primed and ready to hit the NFL. He's got good mobility and ability to get yards with his legs, which is notable because he's a bigger guy and he looks more like a pocket quarterback, but he's not necessarily that. And he can layer throws in as well. He's not just a guy who throws bullet passes all day. So there is some nuance to his game. Now, all that being said, he never really figured it out in college. Even before he started missing games last year, he wasn't playing that well, and people were cooling on him very, very fast. There was a time where people were talking about Allar like he was the next Josh Allen. People are not doing that now. So he never really got to where we thought he would be in college. He does turn it over too much, and he's too willing to risk throws when he doesn't need to. He's generally just inconsistent. You can't count on him from snap to snap. He didn't prove that he was clutch. He didn't prove that he was someone you could really rely on. He doesn't read and process defenses that well yet, which is a concern because he's got so much starting experience. He should be a little further along now. He locks onto his first read, and pressure will make him crumble a little bit in the pocket. He does not deal with pressure well. So he's very frustrating. He's got the tools. He's got the traits. He's got everything. Like, this guy could be Josh Allen physically, but he's just not. And he probably won't figure it out in the NFL. He couldn't figure it out at Penn State. He had some good teammates there. He had good opportunities, and he had good moments, but he wasn't a great player the way that his talent could have made him be. So in this draft, I would be okay taking him in the 3rd because there is some upper level potential here. But I can't really say that I believe in him going forward. Do you like sports? If you do, then the best way to make them even better and more exciting is using Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. Prize Picks makes daily fantasy simple. Just pick more or less on your favorite players' projections and build lineups with a few taps. Whatever sport you're into, Prize Picks gives you a fun way to stay locked in while you're watching. I've had a great time using Prize Picks so far. It makes this daily fantasy thing so easy and fun, and it even makes watching the games way more exciting. And with the cool social feeds feature, you can share lineups with your friends and even follow partners to tail or fade their picks. Obviously, we're in the NFL offseason right now, but we've got basketball, baseball, hockey, all kinds of other stuff, so don't be afraid to test things out in whatever sport clicks with you. You can even pick multiple sports in the same lineup and sweat everything at once. And don't forget about team picks, where you can pick winners, spreads, and totals on any major game. So, download Prize Picks, America's #1 sports app. And don't forget, code HMA, that is HMA, gives you $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. And remember, always gamble responsibly. Okay, moving along here to Carson Beck of the Miami Hurricanes, although we may know him better from some other schools because he's been around. He was a Georgia Bulldog for a minute there. And his career has seen some serious ups and downs, man. 23 years old, almost won the national championship this most recent season, so he ended on a high, right? He's a prototype. He looks the part. He's got short arms. He's got the frame. He's got the height. He's got the size. He looks like a franchise quarterback. Most of the big boards put him in the 4th. One puts CBS really doesn't like him. They have him in like the 6th. Walter Football puts him in the 3rd, and the aggregate has him in the 4th. And you can see the production is good over the last 2 years. 58 touchdown passes, 24 picks. High completion percentage last year too, showed improvement. So we do have some stuff to work with here. He can feather throws into tight windows. He is somebody that can fit the ball into unconventional spots with his ability to feather in throws with touch and nuance. He's cerebral. He reads defenses. He processes defenses and makes throws and reads based off of that read. He has a lot of collegiate starts. He has a ton of college experience in general. He goes through his reads. He doesn't lock on to one read. He's willing to go through. His mechanics are solid and consistent. He's not going to routinely ruin a play or ruin a throw by just messing up something that he should have. He's been very accurate over his career, especially last year, almost, well, okay, but I'll go 72.5%. Now, there have been some real low points in his college career. There have been moments where I wasn't even sure he was going to be in the NFL at all. He turns the ball over a lot, 24 interceptions over the last 2 years. He is a turnover guy. He had a UCL injury in 2024 that probably permanently robbed him of some of his arm strength, so he's probably never going to get that back. It is what it is. Pressure eats him up. If you pressure him, it's hard for him to deal with it. And he doesn't have the arm to really get the ball downfield. He doesn't have the ability to really throw it deep. So I don't think he's going to be good in the NFL. I don't think he'll actually find NFL success. But he does have the things that you look for in some areas. Like maybe he'll be Colt McCoy. Maybe he'll be Case Keenum. I could see that. So back end of the 3rd is okay, only because this draft is not good. Normal draft, I would say day 3, but I kind of like him. There are some positive things here. The UCL injury, I think, really puts a ceiling here, but other than that, I don't mind it. And the final guy for this video is going to be a really fun one with Taylen Green. Taylen Green of Arkansas, Razorbacks. So this guy is like this year's version of Anthony Richardson. He's not getting the hype of Anthony Richardson, maybe partially because teams have learned their lesson after what happened with Richardson. I don't know, but Taylen Green, 23 years old. He is big, 6'6", 227 pounds, so he has that size, long arms, big hands, almost 35-inch arms. And he destroyed the combine. 4.3, 640, 155 split, 4.35 vert, 11 foot 2 inch broad. These are record-breaking numbers. He literally had a comparable combine to Anthony Richardson. So this is one of the greatest athletic quarterbacks ever. And some of the big boards have him up in the 4th, but others actually have him in the 7th or even undrafted. There's a lot of nuance here. The aggregate puts him in the 5th. And that seems to be about where he is. And it's just because, despite his remarkable athletic gifts, he was not that good in college. As a passer, he completed just over 60% of his passes. His touchdown interception ratio was just bleh, right? Like last year, 19 touchdowns, 11 picks. And he does run for a lot of yards. He is a very productive dual threat quarterback, but there is concern about this guy being able to figure it out at the NFL level. Although I will say there's more production here than there was with Anthony Richardson. I think that's fair. He is one of the most athletically elite quarterback prospects ever. The size is legitimate and enviable. He's got big-time dual threat ability. He is a legitimate dual threat quarterback. He has the arm to make every throw. That's the thing here. He's not a noodle arm, and he's not just a guy who throws everything at 100 miles an hour either. He calibrates his throws appropriately. He's got open field elusiveness as well. He's not just fast in a straight line. And he rifles through his progressions with a calm savvy. So there isn't, he's not just a pure athlete. He actually does play the position. And he's so athletic, even if he doesn't find success at quarterback, he can probably do something else. Maybe he can convert to receiver or tight end. I don't know, but I feel like there's some stuff going on here beyond just him as a quarterback. Maybe he can even be a running back for all I know. I don't know, but it's such a unique package of talent. It's really fun to think about. Now, he is a little bit slow with how he goes through his defensive reads, still a little bit lagging behind, and that causes problems. He's not very accurate. He has a long windup, the Byron Leftwich windup, which creates problems, allows him to have more of his throws disrupted. He's not really good at passing when on the move, which sucks because he's on the move a lot. And he makes bad plays worse. He will run backwards and take a bigger sack than he was going to take. He will take a dead play and chuck it up into traffic and risk the turnover when he didn't need to. But ultimately, he's so talented, how can you ignore him? I don't think he'll become an NFL quarterback you can count on. I don't think he'll be like a good starting quarterback, but even if he doesn't, there's other stuff he can do. He's so athletic, he's going to be able to find something else as long as he can stay healthy. So, third round, I can't resist. I'm sorry. I can't stay away from this one because I see other things here than just a quarterback. As a quarterback, yeah, maybe we're talking fourth round, but the other stuff, it makes me wonder. Okay, so that is going to do it for this video. We are going to wrap up quarterback later today unless something happens that I want to talk about besides draft stuff. So let me know what you guys think of this crew. Let me know what you guys think of this group. I will see you guys later. Go Hawks. Everyone have a great rest of your day. Taylen Green, really, really intriguing. It's actually a pretty intriguing threesome, honestly.